Yeah, hi. I think I need to speak to maybe the prosecutor, perhaps, if the prosecutor's available, or maybe the probation officer of some sort. My name's Brian Koth.
Oh, Brian. Yeah, they're all wrapped up in court right now.
They're all wrapped up in court right now?
Yeah.
Well, here's the issue I got, all right? Why don't I give a copy of this, all right? I'm the custodial parent of my daughter. Her stepdad assaulted me, and he was found guilty in this court. He's on probation in this court. Now, I'm recording this, all right? He is forbidden to have any communication with him. You understand that? I have custody of my daughter. They are not to be talking. And I expect his probation officer from this court to enforce it immediately. You may take a copy of that custody paperwork.
Let me see if Nicole's available, okay?
I'm not going to... I'm a victim. This dude beat the hell out of me, and I can't feel the right side of my face. I got permanent injuries, and I'm not going to be so kind about to say, will you please enforce a no-contact order between him and my daughter? I expect it to be done.
Let me make a copy of this.
These are your people you vote for. I wouldn't vote for them next time.
You're charging him for a misdemeanor?
It would be a minor misdemeanor. But the misdemeanor goes from M1 to misdemeanor for street, it's up to 6 months in jail, down to M4, 30 days in jail, and then minor misdemeanor is like a speeding ticket. It's only a finable offense, it's not jail.
Oh, there's that Kozar over there? Yeah, he knows. You see him hiding over there, so he knows exactly who he's talking to. Judge Kozar. I'm going to put a commercial lien against him, too. He thinks it's funny to let people beat you up and then let you play and interfere with custodial justice. Oh, yeah, and then he owes me $2,500. Where's that at? They think the medical bills is funny. They don't want to pay medical bills.
I'm going to come back and challenge him for my
Now here he comes to mess with me.
Insulting him on this stupid shit and going through all this is stupid. And then you want to charge him? And they take it off.
She's the one that said I was going to be arrested for coming in and complaining about my money. Probation officer said I'd be arrested because I'm the victim, and I asked where my restitution was, and she said if I asked one more time, she'd arrest me for it.
They contacted you at all, or send you anything? If he contacts Mark Smith, we'll see how this goes.
This is justice in Sandusky County.
I mean, he's not even like he's seen it or heard you doing it or anything.
I wasn't even around, man. Apparently, things for you.
We'll just have time. You want to push our buttons, we'll push theirs. I mean, I would, honestly, I don't know that he would try to sue you, and that potential is there just to have one anyway, you know, but I don't think much of the lawsuits, getting pretty easy. You don't have any income for them to take on the case against you, and you're going to get paid first.
Well, to be honest about it, he is working.
I know, but it's
2 days a week.
Paying for a truck that doesn't run.
He works for Jason.
Yeah.
That's all Jason.
I've submitted the paperwork. I'm the custodial father. I'm the victim of the crime. The man's been convicted. He served 15 days in jail. This is his 3rd time attacking people. He's a known violent offender. The reason I have custody of my daughter now is because of domestic violence erupted between him and my daughter's mother. These guys could have done something about it many years ago. I filed for a civil protection order in September of 2010. I started making complaints with Children's Services in Sandusky County, and they ignored it. I made complaints with the Sandusky County Sheriff Department. They ignored it. I took a beer bottle to my face December 2nd of 2012. 8 fractures, titanium plate, at the hands of Derek Crockett.
I don't care what it costs you. You know, I'm not, I can't arrest you for going.
Yes, sir.
I talked to you before in the cases that you want expunged too.
Well, I'm not worried about that right now. My biggest thing is I expect no more contact between the man who attacked me and my child that I have custody of. You've been given a custodial order. If you want to question the integrity of that order, call Judge Brad Smith. but that's official. I've got custody, and I expect no more contact between Derek Crockett, the man who assaulted me.
Okay.
No more contact. Understand?
Got it.
Thank you. You guys are good? I'm good. And the $2,500 he's owed to me, I'd appreciate it if the judge would put a stamp on that and get it to me. I'm a victim. Thank you. Good luck, guys.
You know who's going? It ain't fucking me and Chloe, man. It ain't me and Chloe. You know who's going. Got my lady for it. Fucking dumb lady. That's funny.
He was too far. You can mind your own business.
Good night.
I'm not sure what part of mind your own fucking business you don't understand, but you better fucking get it.
I did nothing. This is no fucking violent fact that goes to the computer.
Really? Because I went straight across the street and you weren't there.
It's not what street.
To the only gas station across the street?
Why is that doing this?
I'm not sure. You know what? I don't give a fuck because I wasn't Good. Good. Oh, I'm not.
Look at those people. How are you going to try to lock me out of my house?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
Are you kidding me?
You got some fucking computer in there?
Really? You know what? I went into an ATM. I went into a bank, into an ATM, turned around, come back out to my car, and you're gone?
You remember the conversation before that?
What was the conversation?
Oh, you were accusing me of Boyd of fucking around.
Really? Was I? Exactly what did I say there?
Oh, does it take you that long to go to the fucking blah, blah, blah?
And that was
You're not
accusing
even
you
a daughter, dude.
When did I ever accuse you of fucking around with Lori? I accused you of taking far too long to go to the gas station.
Yeah, so what was that supposed to be?
That means you took far too long to go to the gas station. It doesn't take that long to go to the gas station. That's exactly what that means. It does not take that fucking long to go to the gas station. Doesn't take that long to go to the gas station. I don't give a fuck what you're doing or what you're not doing. Bottom line is, it doesn't take that long to go to the gas station. That's all I said. That's all I said. I go into the ATM, I come out and you're fucking gone? You just disappeared from my vehicle? Okay. Well, I'm glad you got your car. I hope you got your car. I hope you got it. Hope that was what you felt you needed to do. Good for you, buddy. Good for fucking you. Thanks for breaking my front door. Thanks for breaking my front window. Thanks for disappearing from my vehicle.
Why would you lock the door on me when I live here? Why would you lock the door on me? What did I do?
I locked
Why
the
would you
door
lock the door?
because
You were scared about something? You were worried about your house?
I live in the ghetto.
Yep. All right. Well, today is September 29th, 2014, and I just received word that my son was arrested for some criminal charges, possession of marijuana. Sounds like about 450 grams, probably some utensils, scales, whatever, paraphernalia. Sounds like stepdad came home this morning, found his backpack, and found a pound and all this drug paraphernalia and whatnot. I don't know what the case is, but they're holding my son, Clyde Police Department. So we're going to give him a call. This is going to be the third time I've tried to call to find out exactly what the charges are, and they're refusing to really cooperate with me. So we're just going to observe how Clyde Police Department will violate constitutional rights.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Alright, let's try this one more time. Yes, hi, this is Brian Koth. You are being recorded and monitored. I'm calling on to check on the conditions of my son who's being detained for misdemeanor possession of 450 grams of marijuana. I would also like to know what else he's being detained for. Hello? Hello? Did you hang up, public servant? Okay, let the record show that Clyde Police Department has authorized the NDAA Act on my son, Forrest. He's 20 years old, and they're refusing to give me any information about him other than he's in the back room and he doesn't want to talk to anybody. So, we'll try this one more time and make one more phone call. I think, unless they're still online and playing silent. No, they are still online and playing silent. So we'll see. Hello, Clyde Police Department, are you there? This is Brian Thomas Koth calling on the check on the conditions of my son to make sure his constitutional rights are being protected and observed. Would like to speak to the shift commander? Captain? Anybody? Hello. Okay. We can stay on the quiet game too. Again, this is being recorded, monitored, and observed. That my son's constitutional rights are being observed. To my understanding, yesterday, the stepfather, Derek Crockett, was removed from the house because of a domestic situation. Hello?
I talked to the officer again. He says he'll be taken to the county jail. When he gets over there, you can talk to him.
Okay, he'll be taken over. Is there crimes he's being charged or held on? What was he arrested for?
What charges?
Charges?
I don't know.
You don't know why he's being held, or you don't know why he's being taken to the county jail? I'm calling to check on my son's constitutional rights to make sure they are observed. And you're telling me my son is detained, but you can't tell me why? And you cannot tell me why he's being taken to the Sandusky County Jail. Again, you are being recorded, monitored, and observed.
He's taken to the county jail because we don't keep subjects here very long because we don't have a facility to feed him or anything, okay?
Why is he in your custody?
He's being charged with probably drugs or something like that. I don't know.
Can you be a little more specific with why he's in your custody? Again, you are being recorded, monitored, and observed that you are observed.
I tell you.
Sir, you are a public servant.
They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to tell me, and that's all I can tell you.
Are you guys exercising the National Defense Authorization Act on my son, NDAA? Is that what you're doing?
This conversation is over.
You are a public servant. You are not entitled to hang up. You are not allowed to hang up. You are a public servant. Your bills are paid by our taxes, and you are holding my son. Why is he charged? What are you arresting him for? You are obligated by oath and law to tell me. Let the record show Clyde Police Department failed their oath and hung up. They refuse to give out information. They do not want to be transparent. So at this current moment in time, they have terrorized me as a parent. They have told me they don't know why they have my son. They told me that maybe he'll call me when he gets to the Sandusky County Jail, where we know homicides take place behind closed doors. Craig Burdine. Let's see if they're still online. Let the record show they hung up. But they can't tell me. So we will call back one more time to find out exactly why my son is in their custody.
Yes, I'm calling to observe my son's constitutional rights. I understand you have him detained. You're going to transport him to a county jail. I would like to know why he was arrested and the charges you have charged him with for his detainment. Public information, public record. I'm calling to observe my son's constitutional rights are protected, and I would like to know why he was arrested and what his charges are detailed. I'm making arrangements for an attorney to be at his county jail. I would like to know the charges in detail so that I may give them to the attorney to be there. Those are his constitutional rights. I'm calling to observe them and to make sure they are observed. As a United States citizen in this country of America, those rights are given and guaranteed and protected. And you took an oath, public servant, to observe that. Now, public servant, please give me the details on my son as to the details, exact details, of why he is arrested and what the charges are. Or, public servant 384, are you going to again fail your oath as a public servant? Again, this is being recorded and monitored. Clyde, Ohio, Sandusky County. Hi, Mark Roach, Brian Cove, calling to see about my son's constitutional rights, to find out what he was arrested for in detail. You are being recorded and monitored.
That's nice. How old's your son?
My son's 20. What's he being arrested and charged for?
He's going to be charged with the felony preparation for sale of marijuana.
Okay, what's anything else?
Not at this time.
And the bond on that charge?
I don't know right offhand.
You don't know right offhand?
No.
Okay.
They'll be going to county court to see the judge, and that'll be up to the judge to determine what the bond is.
Okay, but he can bond out the night before. There's no remand. So he'll be in the county court here soon, I take it? I assume he's exercised his rights to the fullest. And you, I assume he's exercised his rights to the fullest. Attorney, phone call.
He's what?
Exercised his constitutional rights to the fullest.
I don't know. He knows what his rights are.
You don't know if he's exercised his rights?
He's a big boy. He has been talking freely with us and has not asked for an attorney. That's what you're asking.
He has not asked for an attorney? Okay. Sounds good. And you're taking him to the county jail?
He'll be either at the county jail or Sandusky County Court here in a little while.
Or Sandusky County Court here in a little while. Okay. Excellent. Mr. Mark Roach, I thank you for doing your duty in allowing me to know why you have my son detained and arrested and charged. You have a good day, sir.
You too.
Well, there we go. That finally got some answers. You see how they wishy-wash and they just want to try to say, well, we're not going to answer these questions and we're not going to do this and we're not going to do that. So it's very interesting to see what happens. When you get a camera and you make the public servants become accountable, but be careful. There are repercussions. There are consequences that when you use your mouth and try to be free and use the Constitution, they'll come at you with charges and indictments. That's what they'll do. They'll bully you. So, you guys remember that as you're pushing little anti-bully campaigns in high school. When you get out in the real world, the bullies are the politicians. The bullies are, you know. Alright. Well, this is Brian Thomas Cove, and you just witnessed justice. Good morning. Government Transparency, Part 4. Today's October 1st, 9:30 in the morning. My daughter has now been relocated to the city of Bay City, Michigan. Apparently, Mom's on the run from a domestic disturbance that took place at her place of residence in Clyde, Ohio on Sunday morning. And the stepdad, Derek Crockett, was asked to leave the house because he was drunk, causing trouble with, you know, Mom, my son, my daughter, Chance, and of course his little one, Chloe. I don't know, for whatever reasons, but the police had to ask Mr. Crockett to leave on Sunday morning. And then Mr. Crockett shows back up on Monday and brings in Detective Mark Roach, and they awake Melissa and Chance and Forrest, and they place Forrest under arrest for whatever was in his backpack. I don't know. And then my daughter's taken in a U-Haul and pulled out of the state of Ohio and is now a resident in the state of Michigan. And when I called Children's Services to inquire about the domestic disturbance and everything, they hung up on me. I believe somebody from the inside, Miss Tammy Ward, the top supervisor of that agency, Sandusky County Children's Services, gave the investigators the order to stand down and allow my ex-wife and my child to leave state line and leave their jurisdiction. They were allowing her to flee a domestic situation, which really, I scratch my head because I don't understand how we just come out of a domestic violence awareness. And I've been letting the courts know, I've been letting Children's Services know, I've been letting every possible government agency know that Derek Crockett is a violent person in society. They don't believe me when they look at the police report where he assaulted me and beat me up. They don't believe me when they look at my son and the blood that Derek Crockett drew on my son. They don't believe me when they look at my daughter and my daughter says she's an abusive person. They don't believe her either. They don't even believe his own son, Kane Crockett. Of course, we won't go there. It's amazing how all the government officials in Sandusky County ignore the safety of public health. They allow this to go on. So, I'm going to make another phone call today, follow up, inquire to see exactly why it is they did not follow up with the domestic disturbance that took place Sunday in my daughter's so-called best environment.
Children's Services.
Hi, this is Brian Thomas, coach. You're being recorded, monitored, and observed. I would like to speak to the supervisor, Tammy Ward, to follow up on the report I made on domestic disturbance in regards to the safety of my daughter, Chance St. Clair Coast.
Okay, and I'm sorry, your voice is kind of garbled. What is this? You said your name is Brian?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You called yesterday, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to follow up to find out the results of the investigation when I called to report the domestic disturbance with my daughter, and I'd like to speak to Tammy Ward.
Tammy's out all day. I can get you an intake worker.
Tammy's out. The intake worker will be able to tell me about the follow-up on the investigation I called in for on Monday? Because I reported that...
Yeah, if you're the father, let me get...
Yeah, I'm the father. I'm the one that reported the I'm the one that asked for somebody to go check that out. So I'm calling to find out a follow-up on the investigation.
Okay, let me get you an intake worker, Brian. Hold on 1 second. Brian, hold on. I'm going to get Jessica for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, finally I'm transferring you.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, this is Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. Brian Colt, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm calling to follow up on when I called on Monday with the domestic disturbance that took place over there where my daughter resides.
Okay, we have different intake workers every day, so I don't know about your call on Monday. Can you kind of brief it for me?
I just want to speak to the person or the record. I mean, I called it in on Monday, made a report, and I know Amanda Mitchell, the probation officer, called and spoke with Tammy Ward, the supervisor.
Okay.
So I'm following up with that direct report. So if you can't give me that information, the follow-up, since I was the one that reported it, and I'd like to know where my daughter is because I was concerned, and I'm just seeing if you guys know a follow-up on the violence that took place. It's all on police log now. Sunday, Derek Crockett, the stepdad, he was asked to leave by the police. Just asking to find out what happened. It's your guys' job to find that out. I reported it. Did you follow up on it? That's a yes or no question.
No, it's a, are you the custodian?
You did not follow up on that report?
Do you have custody?
Yes, I do.
Do you have custody?
Yes, I do.
Do you have custody of the daughter?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, that's not my understanding.
So you did not follow up on the report?
If you have custody...
Did you fail your oath? Jessica, did you fail your oath to the Constitution of the United States of America? Did you not go follow up and check on the safety and the welfare of my child? You are being recorded and monitored. Go ahead and hang up. This will be on YouTube. You will see it, Jessica.
No, I'm not going to hang up.
Hang up, oath worker. You are now my public servant, and I own you. I dare you to hang up. This will be on YouTube. You will answer my questions.
I haven't even thought about hanging up, sir.
Did you check on the health and safety of my daughter when it was reported to you on Monday there was a domestic violence and that the stepfather, who is a known history with your agency, with the county, with a physical assault on me, you know there is physical abuse and violence and drugs at Rollins Way 118. You know this. This is nothing new since 2008, Jessica. Did you investigate? Yes or no?
If you have custody...
I have custody, and I am calling up for follow-up because I have not heard anything since I've made the report. Did you follow up? Yes or no?
If you have custody, someone would have been in contact with you to schedule an appointment.
I would like to speak with Tammy Ward because nobody's gotten in touch with me, so I would like to talk to your supervisor.
She's not in today.
Next one then. Who's below her?
I can check the supervisor and see if she is available.
Okay. Do not hang up. You are being recorded, monitored, and observed.
Let me have your name and number. You said your name was Brian. How do you spell your last name?
B-R-Y-A-N, Koth, K-O-T-H.
And your phone number where she could reach you at.
I'm not looking for a call back. We're staying on the line.
No,
we're not looking for a call back. We're staying on the line, public servant Jessica. You understand that?
I can't do that.
No, then you should. Why can't you do that? I'm looking for information. I called about the safety of my daughter. She is in your custody. The safety of my daughter should be your first priority, servant. Do you understand those orders? That is a direct order, servant, from your master. It is your constitutional right. Do you understand that? You are a government-paid employee to protect my child from abuse, from danger. You understand that? You do not have the authorization to neglect your duties to protect my child. You understand that? You do not have the authorization to disrespect your master, which is me, the public, we the people. I represent the Constitution. Okay, and if you are not going to do your duty, then you are to resign immediately. If you're going to do your duty, give me the information on a follow-up when I reported to my daughter's safety, health, and welfare. You are a Children's Service Protection. What have you done to protect my child from the dangerous environment she has been placed in? There is known fact of domestic disturbance. You know it. I know it. What has been done with the investigation?
If you have custody, they would be in contact.
And I'm telling you, they have not been in contact. So now what? What's the next step?
I take your name and number, and I will have a supervisor call you back.
That's unacceptable. I want to speak to a supervisor immediately. I can hold on the line with you on the side, or if not, you can hang up and ignore my phone calls.
No, I'm not going to hang up.
Because I know full well your supervisor, Tammy Ward, was informed by Amanda Mitchell, the Sandusky County Probation Department, on Monday about the situation. And I know full well your agency was told to stand down. You understand? That's why this phone call is being recorded and monitored. Because your agency was told to stand down by the supervisor, Tammy Ward. So we're going to follow up on that and find out why Tammy Ward was told to stand down, or who told Tammy Ward to stand down, or why Tammy Ward gave the orders for somebody to stand down. Any comment on that? Who gave the orders to stand down and not investigate? Who gave the orders?
Question? I'm sorry.
Who gave the orders to stand down and not investigate on the domestic disturbance of my child?
I have no idea.
What supervisor's in the building that I can speak with on the phone immediately, public servant?
I don't know what supervisor available.
Where is your supervisor?
That's why I was going to take your name and number. No, I didn't say that there was no supervisor. I don't know if she's available.
Well, why don't you find out,
take your name
and I'll hold.
And I can call it. And
I will hold. I'll be right here waiting for you to pick the phone back up to tell me what line you're going to transfer me to with the next supervisor above you. They can tell me something.
I don't know that anyone can tell you anything.
Oh, really? You can't? Why is that? Everybody knows who I am down there. Tammy Ward knows who I am, and Tammy Ward knows who I am. 2008. You guys have had my children in and out of it. You guys have had Melissa Crockett in and out of this office since 2008. It is now 2014. 6 years. 6 years of abuse with Mr. Derek Crockett. You people ignore it. I'm done. I'm going to hold you guys accountable. 100% transparency. You're not going to weasel out of this anymore. I've already got it. See, I've already got you in June when I took eyewitness testimony to a courthouse and said, Melissa and Derek Crockett are involved in drugs. You should drug test them. And you refused to do anything. You refused to do anything. Why? Answer that, Jessica. You're being recorded, monitored, and observed.
I don't know the case. I'm sorry.
Why not?
I can't answer your question.
Why not? Why did the caseworker not drug test the parents, Jessica? You guys are concerned about my child in your county. Why were they not drug tested when I asked for them to be drug tested? Why?
I don't know anything about your case. I'm sorry.
Why not? You guys are a town of 3,500 people. Why don't you know anything about my case?
Why did I work
Your
on
county's not that big. Your county's not that big. You know who Brian Thomas Coates is. Don't you lie to me. You're being recorded, monitored, and observed. You know exactly who I am. You know exactly who my children
you're
are.
harassing me, sir.
Oh no, public servant. I'm finding out why you, hey, public servant, shush. Public servant, it doesn't matter to me how you feel. Those are your feelings. Own them yourself. I don't own your feelings, public servant. If you feel harassed, that's your problem. Own your own feelings. Don't be a blame. Don't use me as a scapegoat. How dare you? Own your feelings. I want to know about the health and safety of my daughter. I feel you're not doing your job, and I'm your master, public servant. You work for the public.
You do what you need to do then.
So tell me about my daughter's investigation. What did you do to look into the domestic disturbance?
If you have custody, someone would be in contact with you.
No one has contacted me. I'm telling you that. You understand that? It's been 3 days, no one's contacted me. Why? Where's Tammy Ward, and why has she not contacted me?
I'm sorry, she's not here today. I can't answer those questions for her.
Who's the next supervisor that is there today?
Well, let me put you on hold, and I won't get...
Right back to me. Don't hang up.
Sure.
Now, you guys can start recording. And somebody, yeah, I'm gonna walk right in the middle, you guys, man. Everybody's got me protected four corners, man. Four corners. Nope, I sure ain't. I'm asking for drug tests and accountability. I'm asking for transparency on people that have to pull over my daughter. We've got Kane here who found drugs in the house a couple weeks ago. So all we need is these parents to just comply with the hair follicle test. That's all I'm asking for. Never mind that there's 3 victims of violence here, and my child's here for violent charges. We won't discuss that right now. First, I want to find out, is there drug abuse in the home? And I think the courts have a right to inquire about that. That's not much at all, you know. Chance deserves to be in detention center for the way she treated the law enforcement and the way she treated the court. I agree with that 100%. I have no problem with that. I want the caretakers to be accountable, and then there needs to be an inspection. No? All right, let's stop right here and pray for a minute. All right, I'm ready to do this.
Going in there?
No, actually, I'm going this way. Across the road.
Okay, go to the pages, that one and that one, you'll get 3, I get 1. Are you signing in or do you need more time?
Yeah, I'm just signing in.
Okay. Go ahead, might be the yellow one. Are you guys just signing in or do you need more time?
No, they're just
signing in. Okay. I'm just trying to not, like, be in everyone's way.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Yes, come on, guys. Excuse me, sir. Which courtroom? Okay.
Middle courtroom.
All right.
added in. Nope. We're gonna check it on down here. There's the other ones.
Why am I going in a closed room, sir?
It's gonna be open.
I'm not going in a closed room, sir.
Just get in here.
I'm not going in a closed room, sir. I'll leave. I'm not going in a closed room, sir.
Put your arms up over here.
Okay.
You're on.
Cigarettes? Maybe some money? I got nothing. I'm good. You good? Okay.
I'm gonna go grab Chance.
Okay, why can't I record this?
You're not allowed to record a hearing.
Okay, why can't I have my family in here with me?
Shut the cell phone off.
Okay, I'm going to shut the cell phone off and give it to them. Is that okay? All right.
Sir?
Yes.
I can transfer you to Supervisor Sherry.
Okay.
I don't know if she is in her office or not, so you might have to leave a voicemail.
Well, I don't know if I want to leave a
go ahead and
voicemail because you do that, that's like hanging up on me.
Please.
But that's fine, I'll leave a voicemail.
Hi, you have reached the desk of Sherry Ward, Children's Services Ongoing Supervisor. I am currently away from my desk. If you would leave your name, number, and a short message, I will return your call as soon as possible. If you are calling to report child abuse or neglect, please dial 0 or hang up and dial 419-334-8708. Thank you. Wait while I transfer your call.
Staffing Services?
Yes, hi, I need to speak to a supervisor that's there that doesn't have a voicemail. Need to report abuse and neglect.
Okay, let me put you through to Children's Services.
Yeah, I need
One
a
moment.
supervisor.
I can only put you through to Children's Services, okay?
Okay.
One moment. Children's Services?
Yeah, hi, I need to speak to a supervisor about reporting abuse, neglect on my child. I don't need to speak to a voicemail. My name's Brian Koth. I've been trying to speak to an investigator, and they put me to a voicemail. I need to speak to somebody, a supervisor.
Okay, so who's up? You had originally talked to who, Jessica?
Yeah, she wasn't any help, and she just brushed me off to a voicemail.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Brian Thomas Koth. You're being recorded, monitored, and observed. I'm calling to check in on the investigation of my health and safety and welfare of my daughter. She lives in a house, Rollins Way 118. I called and reported it. Amanda Mitchell, the probation officer, called and reported it. Spoke to Tammy Ward about it on Monday. I want to follow up on the investigation of the domestic disturbance and the drugs that's going on in the house that my daughter lives in. I want to follow up and know exactly to the T what's going on.
Well, you'll have to give me a minute because I'm the only supervisor here right now, and I'm not familiar with you, Brian.
Well, I'm telling you, I've had enough. And my constitutional rights are going to be observed.
B-R-Y-A-N?
B-R-Y-A-N, Koth, K-O-T-H. Chance St. Clair Koth is my daughter. And I'm calling to check on... You're absolutely right. I live in Michigan. And I want to know what's going on with her safety, her health. I want to know if the person who had her in danger on Sunday, because the stepfather was removed from the house by the police. I want an answer on that. And it's your obligation to check on the safety and the health and welfare of my child. and let me have peace of mind on
Brian,
that.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not familiar with your case, so you're going to have to slow
Okay,
down.
well, I'm going to stop you right there and inform you. You are a public servant, and you will not interrupt me. Respect.
I will interrupt you.
No, you will
If
not,
talking to
public
me like
servant.
that, I'm going to hang up on you.
You hang up on me, public servant. I've got you recorded, and I'll have your job next. I dare you. Don't you stop me right there. You are a public servant. Shut your mouth, public servant. Shut your mouth, public servant. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, public servant.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay, if you're trying to help me, then don't you ever interrupt me when I'm speaking to you again, servant.
It's not service. It's
Servant.
Sherry or Mrs. Ward.
No, servant. It is
No,
servant.
I'm
You are a
not
public
your
servant. My taxes paid your checks. Don't you tell me any different, or are you denying the Constitution?
I am going to tell you. And who has custody of your child?
I do. Do you deny the Constitution? Do you deny the Constitution of the United States of America,
custody?
servant?
If you have custody, why are you calling Sandusky County in Ohio if you live in Michigan?
Because my
Michigan
daughter
has
goes to school. My daughter goes to school in Clyde, Ohio. My daughter resides in Clyde, Ohio. That's where I put her.
With who?
With her mother. I put her there with her mother. Why do you think I'm calling in for the health and safety welfare check?
I don't know, because you're...
It's your obligation to go check my daughter. I called on Monday, and I want to know what's going on.
Well, if you would quit yelling at me...
Why don't you quit interrupting me?
I'm interrupting you because I can't understand a word you're saying because you're yelling at me and being disrespectful. I was not here on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm not familiar with your case.
Okay.
So it's going to take me a minute to look it up, but if you're going to continue yelling at me, I'm not going to talk to you.
Okay, then don't you interrupt me, and I won't yell at you. Agreed?
I didn't interrupt you in the first place. You called and started yelling right off the bat, and I've never talked to you in my life. I've been here for 13 years.
As I just said, this is being recorded and monitored, and the words, let me just stop you right there. Look at you, again, interrupting me. Where is your communication skills, supervisor? Again, you interrupted the master. I was speaking, and you try to overspeak me. And then get mad at me because I'm going to yell at you. Servant, be quiet. I'm speaking. Quiet. Zip.
Okay,
Don't you interrupt me.
this phone call.
Don't you hang up, servant.
I'm
Don't you hang up. Don't you hang up.
I'm not
You interrupted
servant.
me. Yes, you are. You are a public servant. Are you not paid by government? Are you not paid by government?
Brian?
Your salary is paid by our taxes. Period.
To start talking nicely to me, or I'm ending this phone call. I cannot help you if you don't provide me the information, and with you yelling and screaming at me, that's not getting either one of us anywhere.
I agree. Now, will you stop interrupting me?
Would you like to start from Monday and give me the information so I know what's going on?
Yes, I will. Okay. Monday. My daughter's probation officer, Amanda Mitchell, spoke with Tammy Ward and informed Tammy Ward that Chance's household, where she stays so that she could go to school in Clyde with her mother, was under attack over the weekend. Clyde police reports show...
There is a police report?
Yes. Clyde police reports show that Derek Crockett, the stepdad, who is a known abuser, he violently attacked me, convicted by jury. Alright? There's police reports of the abuse of the children. It's all on file since 2008, ma'am.
But on Monday,
But on Monday, actually on Sunday, the police report shows he had to leave the house for a domestic disturbance. I spoke with my son, Forrest.
That would have been just the 28th of October?
September. On Sunday.
September.
On Sunday.
28. He left the house, right?
Police had him leave the house. The police made him leave the house.
Okay.
Because he was drunk. Sunday morning.
Okay.
So, Derek returned Monday morning. Everybody was sleeping. He brought a police detective into the house, and allegedly there were drugs found in Forrest's backpack. The detectives woke Forrest up and had Forrest arrested. And at that point, I said the police had been to that house twice within 24 hours. Once for domestic, now with Derek and drugs. Somebody needs to go see what's going on over there. I reported that on Monday.
Who he went back to the house, you said, Monday morning.
Yep.
He was asked to leave Sunday because he was drunk. He went back on Monday with a police officer.
Yeah, and then this time, my son was arrested. Because of...
And is that Forrest?
Yeah. And this time, my son was arrested because I guess, you know, I don't know, a bunch of marijuana in the house. So, whatever. All I'm saying is, the police have been there twice within 24 hours. The Clyde police. Both times have been serious incidents. Children's Services should have been there Monday afternoon saying what's going on. Now, as I'm trying to get my son out of jail, all right, it's told to me that the ex-wife and my daughter were packing a U-Haul and leaving town.
Who was? Chance and who?
Chance and my ex-wife.
And what's her name? Is that Melissa?
Yeah, leaving town. Now, I talked with Amanda Mitchell yesterday. Chance is now out of state, relocated. So I want to know who followed up on the domestic disturbance investigation on Monday when I called and reported it. And I want to know why there was not anybody there, because I was like saying, hey man, she's packing a truck and getting ready to flee and elude a domestic violence situation, because she ain't running from me. Okay? I'm not the one who was forced by police to leave Sunday morning. I want to know about that domestic violence that my daughter was exposed to. Alright?
So Amanda said they did leave and they went out of state?
They're gone.
How can they do that?
That's what I want to know.
Custody.
That's what I want to know. How can they do that? Oh, I got lawyers all over the place. You better believe that. I've got 4 lawyers on this now at this point. They're talking to Amanda Mitchell. They're talking to all kinds of people. I'm just not sitting around waiting for these lawyers to get back with me. I'm taking charge myself and finding out exactly why my phone calls were ignored on Monday when I spoke to your agency. Okay? So forgive me if I'm a little upset, Sherry. I'm sorry you were gone Monday and Tuesday and missed all the excitement. But I'm a little upset because, well, you know, we're just coming out of a Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This is a government agency. And you guys allowed somebody to take my child. And, well, where's she at? Because, what's going on? What is going on? I asked for an investigation on Monday.
I'm reading right now.
Because I can tell you what took place in 2008 when the state took custody of my kids. Because me and my ex-wife were in the middle of a divorce. And we got into an argument. You guys took my kids from both of us. Me and Melissa didn't have our kids.
You called at 9:29, right?
Yeah.
On September in the afternoon. I don't know if there was if we got police reports filed with that or not.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long to get over to Clyde. You guys are 10 minutes down the road. I have property in Green Springs and Clyde. I'm not stupid. I only moved to Michigan a year ago, Sherry.
Right.
Okay? I know Tammy Ward. She used to babysit me as a juvenile delinquent in the juvenile detention center that is no longer operational. I know Gabby. I know Brad Smith. I know all those people. You guys should probably have your own special vault labeled Brian, Melissa, Forrest, and Chance Coates. Now, Forrest you guys are done with. He's 20. Now he's in trouble across the street.
We wouldn't open on him.
Yeah, you know. So now we're just trying to figure out Chance. And really, as her dad, I'm just making sure my kid makes it to 18 and gets a high school education.
Is there a CPO between you and Chance right now?
I have no idea. You need to ask Judge Dewey that.
So you don't know.
I have no idea. That's one of my 4 lawyers that's on the case right now. I have no idea. I can tell you this. Chance has been calling Judge Dewey's office every damn day. Chance has been calling Amanda Mitchell every damn day. Chance has been flying on Facebook every damn day. And now my suicidal daughter, she's suicidal. She has had 2 attempts on suicide. You understand that?
When was that?
January of 2013 and February of this year, which once again, your agency instructed my hospital to put her back in the hands of the abuser. Not cool. Okay?
So does Melissa have custody of Chance?
Melissa is the caretaker while my daughter was going to school in Clyde. Now Melissa has taken her out of Clyde High School and put her in Bay City, Michigan school because she has that school authority. I am Chance's father.
Right.
Born and raised. And at this point in time, Melissa has stolen Chance from me.
So Melissa just up and packed on Monday and is living where?
Bay City, Michigan. That's a pretty long ways from home, don't you think? Just up and packed in the... for what? What's she running from? Huh? Doesn't that raise any concern? Huh? I would be very concerned that the mom just up and left state. Gone. In the middle of the afternoon, unplanned. You know, at least when I moved... a year ago, I planned it. See, I had the place for 6 months before I even moved my TV in. You know? I didn't have to pack up frantically and get evicted. I didn't have to pack up and flee and elude 2 police investigations. One for drugs and one for domestic disturbance. And I called and I reported this. And Amanda Mitchell reported this on Monday too. So I want to know why things were stood down, and I want to know why this was allowed to happen.
It was screened out.
Because nobody has gotten back in touch with me. And I'll tell you, it's been a rough 72
and nobody
hours.
would. Nobody would because nothing. We didn't. It wasn't opened, Brian.
Why? It should have been. This was an emergency. Okay.
There was a DV last night. Okay, you called and reported basically there was a DV last night. Derek had to be removed from the home. Reporter states Forrest was arrested last night for having a pound of weed on him. Is this you that called and reported that?
Yeah, and I didn't have all the facts, and I told him that. I said, these are the initial reports that are coming down to me.
Okay.
Because I had to go get my son out of jail. Once I got to talk to my son and find out what happened, Derek came home Monday morning, and my son was awoken by Detective Mark Roach. And Detective Mark Roach says, Forrest, is this your backpack? He said, yes. He says, get up, you're under arrest. Apparently there was weed in the backpack, a lot of it. Forrest tells me that, yes, some of the weed in the backpack was his, but not that much. Forrest told Detective Mark Roach that he gets weed from Derek Crockett's cocaine dealer. So, you tell me what's going on over there, man. You know, I told, Sherry, forgive me, but I got it recorded. There was a caseworker in the hallway in June of this year when I had Derek's son, Kane Crockett, who was going to tell your caseworker who had an open investigation that Derek Crockett had my kids going to get drugs for them. You understand? And I said, please drug test these two while you have them here for criminal charges against my daughter. Domestic violence between mom and Chance. They turned a blind eye. No case was opened. I don't know why.
He gets it from Derek's
and now,
cocaine dealer.
That's what he told the police yesterday. That's what he told Mark Roach. So I'm very curious as to, in June, I bring this to your agency's attention. It was ignored. And now, what we got? 4 months later, October, now my son's arrested out of that house. He tells the police he gets it from Derek's cocaine dealer, which matches the allegations I made on record in the hallways of Sandusky County Courthouse.
You said in June?
Yep. Oh, that was recorded. You can find that on YouTube under Government Transparency Part 2. There's accountability happening in the year 2014, and it's called the Constitution of the United States of America. Now, Sherry, if you want to be a constitutional caseworker, I support you and applaud you, and you have my support. If you want to wishy-washy, America is going to stand up for itself, and I'm a United States citizen, and I'm an American. I'm a proud American. And I got 2 more years, and my child will be 18 years old, and I'm good. My son, I have raised him. He is 20, and I'm good. My other daughter, she's 22, and she's beautiful, and she's smart, and she's intelligent, and she's proud to be an American, too. I got one last to go. That's my future. That's your future. I assume that's why you took this job, to protect your future, because these are children, and they are innocent, and they should not be exploited like this.
I don't know if we have police reports. I'm seeing that both things were screened out. I'm assuming that the Melissa taking off and moving, if she is residential parent, she can do that.
I didn't report that being the crime.
Huh?
I didn't report Melissa's residential status being the crime. I believe I reported the domestic situation on Monday when Melissa was a resident at 118 Rollins Way. That's what we're talking about.
Right, and I don't know.
So,
I would have to look at the file and see
find
if they
out
had a
what's
police
happening with
report
that,
on that.
because if you'd have done your job, my child should have been seized immediately because of the domestic violence and the drugs. That's the standard policy.
Well,
you guys should have
on
pink slipped her.
exactly who was present, what happened, if the child witnessed it. As far as the drugs, if it was just the drugs alone, I wouldn't open on that because we would need more information. I get that there was over a pound of weed in the backpack. I'm not seeing that it says anything about Chance being exposed to that. And if Forrest is 20 years old and buying it from Derek's cocaine dealer, I mean, he can do that. He's 20. Derek can have a cocaine dealer as long as he's not doing cocaine in the home in front of Chance or is not completely all geeked up around him, around her.
Did an investigator talk to my daughter to find out about any of that on Monday?
There was nothing opened. No, we
Why?
did not open an investigation. If
Why?
we would have opened an investigation, you would have known about it.
Yeah, why didn't you open an investigation when I asked for an investigation to be open?
Well, you can't just ask for an investigation to be opened. I mean, law enforcement can go out and do well child checks. However, there's different mandates and different criteria that we have for screening things in and out. That's why I said I'm not aware because I was not here the last 2 days. If there was a police report sent or if one was requested, and what was in that police report might have been the determining factor to screen it out.
What about Amanda Mitchell talking to Tammy Ward on Monday? That doesn't count for anything?
I'm not aware of that, Brian. I'm not saying that it doesn't count. Tammy's not here, and I haven't been here for the last 2 days.
Okay.
I can certainly talk to Tammy when she comes in.
Yeah, because we're going to find out about
how
this.
that conversation went.
Yeah, let's have a meeting with all the... how about your boss? What's your boss's name and number, please?
My boss?
Yeah.
My boss is Judy Simon.
Judy Simon? And
She's
what's her number?
the Administrator of Children's Services.
What's her number?
You call the same number you call here, and
she's here in Sandusky County, so she's your boss here in Sandusky County?
She is the Administrator of Children's Services. Yes, she is my boss. She is my boss. She is Tammy's boss. All the supervisors here, Judy oversees them.
Okay,
She's
good.
also the Administrator of Child Support as well.
Okay, good, because we're going to have conversations with Judy and find out exactly why there was never an investigation when there was clear evidence displayed.
Okay.
Clear evidence.
I'm just saying,
Right.
I can't tell you what the evidence was. I didn't talk to Amanda Mitchell, and I didn't review any of the police reports or anything that may or may not have been requested or faxed in.
Right, but
Usually, Clyde PD and Fremont PD are very good about if there's a domestic situation and children are involved, sending us and making the calls themselves and sending the reports directly to us so we have them.
Oh, so
now that may have been the case, Brian, but like I said, I wasn't here. So I don't know if they were sent or if they were requested. We might have them. And that's why I said we may have gotten them, and from the information in the police reports, it might not have met our screen-in criteria. That's why it wasn't opened.
Well,
I don't know, though. I have to look into that.
Okay, I mean, I don't mind being on hold to just get to the bottom of this. There should be a file and a piece of paper that says, yeah, you know, the police never called it in, and then I can just go forward to the police
department. Well, it's going to take me longer than that because I don't have all the files in my office, and I'm the only supervisor here today, except for the administrator who is in child support right now.
Okay, Sherry, I'll run with that. All right, Sherry, well, how about this then, okay? Since you and I now, would you agree that once we had a nice understanding on how to communicate with each other, respectfully, not interrupt, we can communicate, right?
Yes, towards
Okay.
the end, we are doing very well right now.
Great. All right, well, I like the way this went. You've been helpful. Can I get your extension so that in the future I can carry direct, calm, dialogue, communication with you to get information?
You cannot. I don't give my direct line out to anybody, but you certainly have my name and what I do here, and you can call the front desk, and they will put you through if I'm available.
All right, Sherry.
It's
well,
the
great.
334-8708.
All right. I appreciate you
Okay.
talking with me. I will apologize for if I might have got a little loud. Okay?
That's okay.
I've just been dealing with this stuff for too long, Sherry, and I'm sorry.
I know. I just can't. I can't talk to you, and I can't hear you, and I can't get the information I need from you when you're constantly yelling and talking because I can't understand you.
Okay, I
Does
understand.
that make sense?
Yep, makes sense. Try to keep
Okay.
that in mind, and let's have a good day.
All right,
Thank
you too, and I'll talk to Tammy tomorrow and see what happened.
All right. Oh, do you have my phone number? Oh, I'm going to call you back in a couple of days. We'll give you guys time
Okay.
to get this figured out. Okay.
All
Thank you.
right. All right, thanks, Brian.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. 46 minutes. Yeah, I had to yell. I had to scream. You know, it's ridiculous. I've been fighting for my kids since 2008. You know, it's getting hard. It's okay. I tell you, because I've kept my head up, because I've kept the fight, and I've held the line, and I've kept moving forward, at least my kids know who I am. They know I'm Dad, and they know I love them. And they know I'll fight my dying breath, and they know I'll fight my dying breath to beat them and see them, every one of them. Kids are our future. Government agencies that don't have transparency, you need to start. You need to start. This is not Russia. This is not Saudi Arabia. We don't live under a queen. We don't live under a king. We are equal. It's time to start living like it. Or you guys can continue to conquer and divide and breed your own hell. But I know God is good. And once again, you guys just witnessed justice and government transparency. Got some small issues. Falsified police report has resulted in a criminal indictment against me for taking my kid to the hospital that I now have custody of. So I'm trying to file a complaint and ask that an investigation be launched into the fabricated police report that has caused me financial harm and emotional harm, physical stress. Sandusky County Sheriff Department does not want to take my phone call. They'll tell me they'll pass on the report, but they won't open an investigation on a falsified report. Now that's a crime that has been committed, and they are absolutely refusing to follow their oath to investigate the crime that has been committed. They just want to pass it off to the conspirators that helped conspire the fabricated police report. That's a law for a reason. You're not allowed to make fabricated police reports because of the trouble it can cause. And Sandusky County Sheriff's Department does not want to hold anybody accountable. So, I'm going to call, and they'll probably hang up on me and tell me, too bad, your Constitution just doesn't matter anymore.
You have reached the Sandusky County Sheriff's Office. If this call is not an emergency, please press 1 now to hear a list of divisions within the Sheriff's Office. Otherwise, stay on the line and your call will be answered by the Communication Center. Thank you.
Please hold while your call is being transferred.
Sandusky County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Herm.
Yes, hi, Deputy Herm. This is Brian Kof. I'm calling in again because nobody's willing to investigate into the crime of a falsified police report, which is against the United States law, against the Ohio law. And I'm asking that one of your officers opens an investigation on a falsified police report that resulted in injury to me. And
okay, I was told by Deputy Buey that I need to send you to Chief Deputy Hurt, who would be in charge of taking care of your problem and speaking with you with problems that have been happening. I can transfer you over to his voicemail. He'll be in tomorrow.
Okay, now let me just ask you, if I was witnessing a crime, like a 10-year-old being raped right now, would you forward me to somebody's voicemail, or would you open an investigation and start taking things down and writing things down and opening an investigation? Dispatch, so to speak.
So that's the same thing that Deputy Buey explained to you, that he would take a report of what you were doing, but anything after that, it'd have to go to Deputy Arquette with the current investigation that's going on.
I know, and when I'm talking about falsified information, he's telling me, well, I'll just take your information and give it to the people who passed on the falsified information. That's an oxymoron, sir. Forgive me, but that's an oxymoron. I am asking for a brand new investigation because the police report itself says the call-in, that's all it was a call-in, couldn't verify custody paperwork, couldn't verify if it was a civil issue. And so this officer just kind of pushed off petty information, okay? Didn't even know if it was true or not. And so I'm asking for a crime. And once again, everybody's just shuffling around for a voicemail. My question is, if there was like a bank robbery going on, or somebody being raped, or a drug deal going on, something going on other than this small petty crime. I know it's petty to you because, well, you're not the one with the indictment, and everybody wants to go with the flow and say, well, it must have been something, it must have been something, it must have been something. I got custody of my child, officer. How am I guilty of kidnapping, taking her to the hospital because she attempted suicide? Now I'm asking for an investigation into a crime, falsified police report. You took an oath to the Constitution.
I have orders to transfer you to Chief Deputy Hurt.
Who gave you the orders?
Deputy Buey.
Deputy Buey, badge number 7224?
Correct.
So he's refusing to open an investigation, he just wants to take a report and pass it along?
He didn't tell me that, he just said transfer you to Chief Deputy.
Okay, did he explain to you why he will not open an investigation to the brand new crime? This is a brand new crime. Because I explained to him the officer he wants to forward information to is investigating kidnapping. I'm not calling to report kidnapping. I'm calling to report falsified police report. That's a brand new crime, which involves a brand new investigation right now because I brought it to your attention. You are now a sworn officer, okay? You are to uphold the oath. You took an oath, all right? And now that you are aware of this crime, and now that you are taking orders from the top down, okay, I'm going to hold badge number 7224 responsible, which I need yours now at this point because you have now been notified of the crime that I'm trying to report, and you're telling me, well, I'm just going to follow orders, despite you know what the Constitution says. You are to serve and protect the public health. Uphold your oath. That's all I'm asking. And I'm trying to report a crime and ask that an investigation goes forward on a brand new crime. Can I get that? Is it that hard to say, yes, we will investigate the crime? Let us get your information? Hello?
I can transfer you to Chief Deputy Hurt.
Why can you not open an investigation as an oath? You took an oath as a sheriff deputy, sir. Why can you not open an investigation on your own? I'm reporting a crime to you.
I'll transfer you to Chief Deputy Hurt. Out of the office or away from my desk. If you would, please leave me a message and I will get back with you as quickly as possible. Thank you.
You may start your message now.
Yes, hi, Chief Deputy Bruce Hurt. My name is Brian Koth. You can reach me at 248-328-5236. Would like to discuss with you the behavior of a couple of your officers, badge number 7224. and a couple other ones that failed their oaths to take in criminal report complaint on a law that was broken, refusing to open an investigation on a falsified police report. The date would be February 19th, 2014. I brought it to your officer's attention. He informed me that he will take a report and forward it to the investigating officer on a kidnapping complaint. I am not commenting on a kidnapping complaint. I am making a brand new criminal complaint called falsified police report. And out of that falsified police report stemmed a criminal indictment causing financial injury to me. Physical, mental, emotional stress. That is a crime. And your officers are neglecting their duty to investigate that crime. I would appreciate a call back. Area code 248-328-5236. Thank you. Have a good day. There you go. So let it be known. Sandusky County, well, you know, depending on what type of crime it is, depends on whether or not you get a deputy or a voicemail. Just doesn't matter. There you go. Government Transparency, Part 8. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Hello?
Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Mel, how you doing, bud?
Fine, fine. Let's go in the conference room there. We'll get the ball rolling.
All right.
Okay, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
Trying to hang in there, buddy.
Okay, well, I got something I want you to sign today for me. We're going to start putting a little pressure on them.
Oh, yeah, you ain't kidding. We got some pressure, buddy. Ooh-wee.
We got some fun. We're having a little fun with
Hmm.
them.
Yeah, I don't even think you understand the concept of what we're going to do to them.
Okay, well, I'll do what I can do.
Yes, sir.
We've got 3 things in mind, and I'm
Good.
going to start them up today. So let's
Excellent.
go on in here, okay? One of them is a HIPAA to get your... You took your daughter to the hospital that day, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on in here. Come on in. Okay, what hospital did you take her to?
Monroe, Michigan, my local hospital where I live in a tent.
What's the name of it? Is it just the Monroe Hospital?
I think so. I'm going to get the medical records here.
Well, I'm going to get them for you. We can get them. We need to do what's known as a HIPAA, and we're going to fill that out right now. Okay? What do you got for me?
Okay, first I've got Tom Sternwall's insurance bond. I want money today.
Well, I'm not involved in that.
Why not?
Because I'm representing you on this, and that's what I'm here about today, okay? Please.
I got that. I understand that.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not...
Now, you asked for custody paperwork, right? Good.
Fine. Okay. Birth certificate?
I don't need anything further than that.
Well, do we have... What I was looking for is there a change of custody papers? Let me make a copy of this here real quick. Is there
custody papers that you had from when you were in court recently, when the chain of custody happened?
I believe we the people.
Okay, we're going to knock that part off. We're going to talk business right now, and we're going to get this done. We're not going to do we the people.
Why not?
Because I said so. Okay, I'm tired of the British nobility and stuff.
Are you British nobility, yes or no?
No. And if you're going to talk about that, I'm going to leave.
Why?
Okay? Because I
paid you $1,000.
Yeah, and I've done more work than that, and I'm trying to get
You have?
this done. Yes.
Show me.
6 hours worth of travel alone.
Why?
3 times out there.
Why haven't you inquired about the grand jury?
Because
the legitimacy?
Have a seat. Right there.
Why are you getting so upset? Because you left me in the dark. Do you know what U.S. Title 28-1346 is, sir? Honest goods and service. I paid you $1,000. I did not pay you $1,000 to drive back and forth. Preliminary hearing? What's a preliminary hearing? Because you told me that we haven't had any hearings yet to ask for a dismissal. We haven't had any challenges on anything. You told me no discoveries, nothing. You said it's all just been...
Now!
No, you now. We made a contract. We made a contract, and I did not make a contract for you to go 6 fucking hours. So don't you yell at me. We made a contract, and I got the bill right here.
That's not my bill.
Oh no, then tell me whose name for $1,000 fucking dollars, Merle D. Who are you, sir?
You paid me $1,000. Yes. Now.
So don't you fucking twist me, sir. Or do you want me to leave and file theft on you and fraud upon the court on you as well? U.S. Title. Honest goods and service. You see that? Do you want me to pursue that against you? Yes or no?
Attorney's office.
Do you want me to pursue that against you?
I'm trying to help you out right now.
May I have my custody paperwork back? So you do not represent me in the Constitution or we the people?
Yes.
You do?
I represent. Have a seat. We're going to talk and let's get our business done. All right? I'm doing what I'm doing here because I'm pushing them. Have a seat. Okay? I'm not arguing about that.
Why not?
Because it's not there.
Well, what? My Constitution? Say it one time. My Constitution's not there. Say it one time.
Your constitutional rights are there. I'm trying to defend them.
Do I have 3 of them?
Have a seat.
Okay, I'm going to have a seat.
Don't yell because I can yell loud.
Okay, fine. We won't yell.
Okay.
Are you going to tell me that I don't have a Constitution to the right of liberty, justice, and happiness? Those 3 things. Do I have those? Yes or no?
You have the right to due process. Okay, slow down. If you yell one more time.
Okay, nobody's yelling. Same for you, right?
I am.
You're not going to yell at me? I won't yell at you, right? Okay.
Let's have a seat and let's be civil.
We're civil, sir.
All right. You asked me about grand jury transcripts. Okay? Take you through the grand jury.
I've already looked those rules up, sir.
Criminal Rule 6.
Yep. They should be challenged.
Well, they're not, okay?
Why?
Because, let me explain this to you.
That's the first step. Do you know what, motions weren't filed in a timely manner? Do you know how many times I have heard them filed?
Then here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do for you. I will file tomorrow. Tomorrow. I will take out, here's what I'm doing. I'll do this extra one for you. Let's have some fun with them.
Okay, okay.
Here's what we're doing. 1, I'll do the discovery. That'll annoy them. Here's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing there. 2, I will file a motion for grand jury transcripts pursuant to Criminal Rule 6E and say that there is a particularized need which will be seen at hearing. Okay? 2, 3, we need to do a HIPAA request to get your daughter's records.
Sure, you can do a HIPAA request if you need to.
Well, let's do it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to send it straight to Judge Brad Smith and order Sandusky County Children's Services to...
Slow down. No, that's not the one I'm doing. That's part 4.
Okay.
Okay?
Because let's keep in mind, I reported this to Children's Services on that day too.
With the discovery. All right? 4, we're going to hit them with a subpoena to Sandusky Children's Services. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an actual subpoena on their things, but I do them all the time. And let me explain to you how that works. We file this subpoena. Okay? Those documents for
Are we having conversations about my case without me being present?
They are talking. I don't know what
But I just want to know, is this being talked about me? Because this is now at this point a conspiracy. If I'm not being present and being here, what's being sold on record, Brock.
Relax.
This is a conspiracy.
Give me a second.
U.S. Title 18, Section 241. I'm calling it right now. Nobody has any business talking any kind of information about any kind of criminal charges about me without me being present. No, I don't. I'm tired of it, Brock.
Hang on, give me a second.
And I'm exercising my rights to the fullest. Otherwise, all these people are going to be charged with racketeering right now.
Keep it down.
I'm on record. Officers, I'm going to report a crime that they're having a meeting about me behind my back. I have no idea what they're saying about me. That's called a conspiracy when they're in closed doors talking about me. All right? My attorney is only on my behalf. I'm still the other half of me, and I still have the Constitution.
You addressed it with Mr. Kim.
Yes, I did. I'm just letting you know that I'm reporting a crime now at this point. Thank you. You guys see this? Ohio Code of Judicial Conduct. This means, rules that the judge has to follow. And that's what's got me a little ensuring the right to be heard. You know what I'm saying? I got a right to be heard. And what they're doing, they're just kind of like having a meeting behind my back. I don't know what they're saying about me.
It started at 3 o'clock.
It started at 3 o'clock. I tried to talk to my attorney, who was only supposed to be on behalf of me, and I'm trying to advise him of things I don't want done, and he's basically saying, I don't care. So now at this point, he's not even representing me. So now there's people in there talking about me in regards to my case. This just, where's the Constitution that you swore to uphold, Judge, in the United States? You're supposed, that's all I'm saying. I've got his own rule book right here. Let's play by the rules. No sense in making me sit up here if you're not going to play by your own rules. It's fair is fair, right?
There's no other court hearing going on in there. There's no other court hearing going on in there. Courtroom is empty.
For record, I'm going to shut it off and say room. They're in there conspiring, so I'll just shut it off for now. But, all right. Yeah, I need to file a charge. We'll file charges. A report or a complaint or criminal charges. One of the three. Somebody's tampering with records and literally within the government system, and it needs to be investigated because it's coming out on my name. And I went and I've stamped it with the clerk of courts. And I got the evidence right here. It speaks for itself. So Tracy Overmeyer, she's the one that's in charge of it. And I don't know what's going on. But you can see that I've got a moving violation. Okay. And then there's a drug possession. That's an unlawful on my name. That's not even true. And then here's the original. Right? It was a traffic. And right here is the way it was worked out. Never, as you will see, was there a drug possession. So somebody's tampering with records, and I want criminal charges filed right now. Please. That's public record, and that's brought damages to my good name. That's another one. Because it says I've been convicted of a felony, and that's not even true. See that conviction, felony? That's not even true. It's an active case, but that doesn't say that it's an active case. It says I've been convicted of a felony. Somebody is running some type of defamation of character program under the state, and that's Tracy Obermeyer's job not to do that. Yes. Yeah, actually, I just left the pre-trial, and they told me to come out to the sheriff's station and file charges. File charges.
Well, it doesn't quite work like that. You don't just come out and file charges. I mean, there's got to be an investigation. There has to be a complaint. It doesn't.
Who's going to do the investigation?
Well, I don't know. First of all, you have to make a complaint at the dispatch center. Let me see here. As far as this goes, the last disposition in it shows that it's an active case. That discovery was filed. This is probably, I don't think probably it is, probably a poor placement of what you were charged with.
That's really, I understand.
Because I guarantee if I ran your, and you could do it yourself, like a true criminal history of yourself, it won't show that you were convicted of a felony. It'll show that it's an active.
Yeah, but you, as law enforcement, only get that right. I, as the public, don't.
Yeah, like a fingerprint background check, I don't know how.
For a fee, right, you know what I'm saying? So if you just do a free check, like let's say I go put an estimate on somebody's house, and they just want to type my name in per county site, that puts a good mark on my name. So it really doesn't matter whose intentions. I'm sure they were all good and innocent intentions. That doesn't matter. That's a public website. Only if they knew what they were looking for to see if I was an active case. But we all know that in marketing, Yeah, we need to discuss something here. Yeah. Just got this in the mail. Now, this is some misconduct by my attorney, so I'm not sure what's going on with Milk Deck. We really won't be doing business with Milk Deck anymore.
Okay.
Now it says I need permission from the court to file any grievances. That's against my Bill of Rights. Got issues with that. I hope John Dewey did not sign that yet, because that would put him in with the rest of the corruption that's going on in Sandusky County. Now, I filed 2 motions during the month of January, and they are not moot, as that paperwork describes. My voice is relevant, and I shall be heard with a pretrial on the motions that I filed.
I think the only problem with the motions that were filed, you put them under the criminal case, and I think it's a civil issue.
No, none of them are civil issues. Nope, they are all pertaining to this grand jury indictment. Okay, this was not an arrest made on the street. Tom Sternwald had enough evidence 6 months after the crime to convey a grand jury and have enough evidence to convict me. And now all of a sudden, all my responses to that grand jury hearing are irrelevant? No, my voice is not irrelevant.
I just think that it's filed under the wrong case number.
It's not. And where's the pretrial that was scheduled for February 2nd, canceled due to a snowstorm? That was supposed to be rescheduled, not just dismissed as moot, Tom Sternwald. Not moot. We discussed it.
Dismissed. Done.
Well, the attorney's been fired for misconduct, you know, and I don't know if you realize, but if you do have a signature with John Dewey, I'll collect it, no problem, and I'll turn that into a judicial investigation because that makes his oath of office moot and irrelevant as you stamped it, because that was included in my motion. It was irrelevant. It makes the American flag. It makes your oth of office. I don't even know how you can
clerk
perform.
has a copy if you want.
I've got all of it.
All right. Well,
I just need the signed copy of this of the judge's motion from yesterday. This one has been signed without a pretrial hearing, without my right to be heard.
the clerk has a copy of that with the signature.
Why were my other two motions ignored? I filed those within the month. What about Children's Services motion where I asked for records? That's obstruction of justice. Why are you trying? I reported a crime. I reported misconduct, and everybody's going to just stand around and shrug their shoulders. You know, the juvenile judge downstairs, at least when my daughter reported a crime, he did the honorable thing and reported the crime. Why did Children's Services not do their job when I asked them to? Twice.
Brother Brian.
How you doing, Brock?
Good.
Does anybody want to answer that? This is the second, third, fourth time now that I've asked why Children's Services hasn't done their job. Tom, to remain silent is consent, that you agree that there's corruption involved. You understand that? This is now the second time that you've remained silent. I mean, I understand that this is all fun and games for you guys, but you're not the ones being hunted. I mean, I asked for a motion to be dismissed with prejudice. You said without prejudice. So how much sleep do I get to lose now? Wondering if you're going to come back and get me with another secret indictment just because you feel like it, Tom.
Why would I?
Why'd you do it the first time?
She testified.
Where's she at?
There's two sides to the thing.
Okay.
She testified.
Okay, so what about the rest of the things I've asked for? Like the records from Children's Services, where are those? I asked for those. How does that get dismissed as irrelevant?
Well,
I've asked for a lot of things. Why is my voice called irrelevant?
I don't have those records. That's Children's Services.
Okay, but I've asked for them, and then you deny my right to address the courts. You tell me I don't even have, it says here, the clerk of court shall not accept any filings from the defendant. You realize that's a violation?
Under that case number.
Yeah, well, this case number is still active. I appeal to this. I don't accept this decision.
Well, then you have to appeal it.
You don't. It says I don't have any right to file under this case number.
Well, you can file a notice of appeal if you want.
Well, I'd like to file an objection to this dismissal right here, because I filed motions to dismiss earlier than this. Yeah.
You got what you want, but you don't want it.
No, I asked to be dismissed with prejudice and damages awarded. Okay? So I can have that, because let's sign that, and no problem. We'll shake hands and life is good. Because if you sign my motion and agree with my motion, life is good. This motion I can't agree with.
Do what you got to do. That's fine.
So you'll agree with that?
I don't agree with anything. Don't do what you got to do.
Well, that's not very fair. I've already submitted the motion. Why is it not heard? You know what I mean?
I'm a litigant. I am
okay, and I litigated it with you, and you completely blocked it, and you filled out this order. It says motion to dismiss. I filed 3 motions to dismiss prior to this.
And it's dismissed.
Okay, but not this one. This one says that my voice is moot. M-O-O-T, moot. My voice is not moot.
All right.
My motions are not irrelevant.
All right. Well, then
where's
do
the
what you gotta
pretrial?
do. You don't have to address me.
Well, I'm here to schedule the pretrial on my motions then.
Alright, I think this is, you guys need to take this elsewhere.
I can schedule the pretrial then? Because he said, all right, my voice can be heard, right?
Dismissed. Well, you do what you got to do, whatever that is.
So then I can file at the clerk of courts under this case number then, correct? Because this is still active going. I had numerous motions filed. You don't have a right to block my Bill of Rights. I've got a right to address the government.
I think we do. You want to address the governor?
So then why did you put it in writing not to accept any more legal documents from me? It's right here. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It looks like Deputy Arquette is the officer who took your report, or took your wife's report, ex-wife's report. He will be in on Wednesday.
Well, I'm not trying to report it to him. We've already discussed this back on December when I called in, that he was part of the chain of command of passing off and not doing his job because he didn't call me. See, actually, he had firsthand knowledge that Children's Services had been notified and that she was to be investigated for medical neglect. Right? And he lawfully ignored that. You understand? So this now makes my second. Now this time I've actually came into the building and have handed you my personal complaint, even with lawful legal paperwork that says the charges were dismissed. So that means there was no criminal crime. See this? This is signed by your own prosecutor. I don't need to speak with somebody who's I'm accusing of passing a fraudulent affidavit. He didn't do his job right the first time. What makes you think he's going to do his job right the second time? You understand? I was here to turn in a criminal complaint, not be referred to the guy who initially took the fraudulent criminal complaint to begin with. For all I know, he's guilty of conspiring with my ex-wife. Now, are you going to tell me that there's not corruption inside America? Because if you're going to tell me that there's no such thing as corruption inside America, how did I get charged and then dismissed? I was not arrested. That means a grand jury was convened. That means there was more than just something. And now all of a sudden, it's dismissed last week for no evidence. All of a sudden, where'd the evidence go? Because remember, your deputy that you just said took the report. He passed a fabricated report. He didn't do his job. Now, are you going to give me an officer that is going to do his job and lawfully investigate what fabricating a police report means? What perjury means? Or does that not matter? Say it and I'll leave. Because you've wasted enough of my time. About 30 minutes now.
Well, sir, I have other complainants to work with too. And I have to report. I'll let you officers.
Okay, thank you. Let the record show that I am now leaving the property because she just referred me off to the same person that took the fraudulent report a week ago. I don't think he's here. She told me to come back on Wednesday. He's not here for my report.
Any sheriff can make
Yeah, she told me to come back on Wednesday. Here we go. I'm going into the courthouse because now I'm being harassed when I make a complaint. Hello, how are you? Good. All right, excellent. I was here 2 days ago to make a complaint about the guy who beat me up.
Okay.
And asked him that the courts apply, you know, the probation rules. He doesn't contact me, doesn't contact my family.
Okay.
He contacted my daughter last night. Her behavior became unruly. The police were involved up north in Michigan, so now it becomes a bounty, power play, who's got jurisdiction, who doesn't, what, where, when, why. Okay. And then today, the probation officer calls me threatening that she won't terminate my probation unless I drop in a cup. But that wasn't per our agreement when I first went on probation 2 years ago because I didn't live in Ohio. When I took the case, I was going to fight it to a jury trial because I'm a medical marijuana patient. And I medicate with marijuana. Okay? That was told to the prosecutor before I pled guilty. No contest to a driving under the influence. And now this probation officer named Nicole just called me and threatened that I don't get off probation unless I piss in a cup. I don't think so. That's not part of the deal. All right? Okay. Especially 2 days after I come in and make a complaint about the guy who beat me up, Derek Crockett, who owns the golf course, and now they're shaking my stick with the probation officer? Care to comment?
Ryan, have a seat.
But what?
You're here to see your probation officer.
No, I'm here to make a complaint about the guy who beat me up.
Okay.
And I expect him to stop talking to my daughter. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to see a probation officer. I didn't make an appointment to see her.
I just called you, right? And you said you were going to come in here and see her, right?
No, I said I'm coming in here to make a complaint because I just left the juvenile court filing a complaint against the guy who beat me up. That's why I said I'm coming here. The information about coming to see Nicole, nope, I have no interest in seeing Nicole. Absolutely not. Now, did she just call me and tell me that I'm going to pee in a cup before I get off probation? Yeah, she did. And I said I'm not peeing in a cup because that's not part of the probation rules. That wasn't part of the conditions that I made with Miss Allen 2 years ago.
Okay.
Okay? So we're not even going to talk. I'm not here to see Nicole about my probation. It's inactive. Haven't dealt with that in 2 years. That's done. Okay? I'm here to deal with the guy who beat me up. He's on probation in this court, correct? Sir? The guy who beat me up, he's on probation here, right? He just got done serving 15 days. No, I'm here to talk to the clerk of courts. If Nicole wants to take a message through the clerk of courts about Derek Crockett, the guy who beat me up, who's on probation here, to stop trying to contact my child, what do I have to do to have that happen? Can you, the court, enforce that no contact order? That's why I'm here. Are you going to enforce it?
Have you made a police report yet?
I'm making it right here. I don't associate with Clyde Police because I don't live in Clyde, Ohio anymore, and they don't take my reports. So I'm coming straight to you.
If you're not going to make a report with Clyde, then you need to do it through the sheriff's department.
They don't take my report either, and it's been recorded. Just 2 days ago I was there. Okay. So we got a problem, don't we? Police department won't take a report. Sheriff department won't take a report. So now I'm stuck to telling you about it. You're the last leg. After that, it's the U.S. Marshal's office. After that, then I don't know who to go see for help. Okay?
I'll have to go back and talk to the judge and see what has to happen.
Well, I've got, if he's ready to hear the audio of the domestic violence that took place just 120 days ago, that my daughter witnessed, okay? Because this guy's a third-time violent offender. And I showed it to the courts. I got my own trial right here. Derek was found guilty of assaulting me in broad daylight in front of the Clyde Police Department. And they didn't do a damn thing. What makes you think they're going to do something today? Why do you think I'm standing here videoing you? Because nobody does anything. So this time, when somebody says, why aren't people being held accountable and doing their jobs, we're going to find out why, real fast.
Okay, let me go talk to the judge, okay, Brian? See what he said.
I'm going to get in my car, and I'm leaving. Okay. I expect a phone call from Nicole to tell me about Derek Crockett, who's on probation, and how he's not going to contact my daughter anymore. And then if she wants to schedule some kind of P test, as she puts it, she can send me a letter. She's got my address.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pass that on, okay?
You guys got my phone number. I expect a phone call.
Brian, this is Nicole from the probation department. You did not speak to me while you were here. I was going to show you the rules that you had signed. I still need you to take a drug test today. I would like you to report to task in Fremont. You need to take your medical marijuana card with you to prove that you have that. But you need to report there by 4:30 today. If you have any questions, you can call me back, 419-547-3262. There's also 419-849-2026. That's the office that I will be at tomorrow.
End of message. To delete this message.
Brian, this is Nicole from the probation department. You did not speak to me while you were here. I was going to show you the rules that you
sent today at 12:09 p.m. Saved message from 419-547-0915. 38 seconds.
That's fine. I still need you to take a drug test today. I would like you to report to task in Fremont. You need to take your medical marijuana card with you to prove that you have that. But you need to report there by 4:30 today. If you have any questions, you can call me back, 419-547-3262. There's also 419-849-2026. That's the office that I will be at tomorrow. Bye.
Resaved. End of messages.
Now, there you go. Really. I'm on non-reportive probation for a driving under the influence, they said, from 2 years ago. And I wasn't even really guilty of that. They said, oh, formality, Brian, just go with it. Because after all, in 2 days, you're going to be in front of the judge as a victim from Mr. Derek Crockett beating you up. So you might as well just take care of this. So whatever. I went with the best recommendations of the prosecutor. We worked out a special little deal. And for me, all of a sudden, to be asked, drug tested? Well, that's funny. Where's all your drug tests for the last 2 years? Not one. Not once. Why? Because I don't live in Ohio. I lived in Michigan all this time. Absolutely not. So now we're going to see what happens.